that they'd set off to all those years later. There's the Uruguayan lineup. 9 of the players who turned out against South Africa in 1999. And there's the South Smith. It's a difficult one for South Africa, really, because there's Paddy O'Brien, the referee, a very experienced referee from New Zealand. Everybody, including Paddy, with all his experience, I'm sure, anxious to get his World Cup underway. And the man dropping out, Louis Kuhn. Back go the Uruguayans. The penalty goes to South Africa because the follow-up players were not behind the kicker. And straight away, this is an interesting one. South Africa with a penalty, but not going for goal. Obviously, you want to play some rugby stick.
Yeah, they know Kuhn can kick as well as anybody, so they're going for the tries.
Dani Kutsia, now the number 1 hooker, very definitely in South Africa. And that feels a lot. On goes the drive. Now, that's the one place they're fairly equal, except driving away goes Joe van Niekerk, and the first try goes to the skipper, Just van der Westhuizen. Already South Africa's record try scorer, and that's his 36th try for his country. And it was probably just over a minute.
Well, he is a try-scoring machine, and South Africa right to go for the try. Refused the goal kick. Van Niekerk burst through while the driving wall, and as always, that man, Just van der Westhuizen. He is an incredible try-scorer.
And that really just showed the naivety of the Uruguayans. They actually got the push on. They were driving the South Africans back, but not the ones with the ball.
Yeah, they just rolled it through the side, didn't they? Suddenly, all kinds of space.
Off comes the head protector. And you can see what Louis Kuhn looks like. Pushes that one well wide of the right post. But already, South Africa 5, Uruguay 0. Public address announcer worrying me for a moment. I think he thought that was a penalty and announced it was still 0-0. But 5-0 it is. South Africa running from deep in their own 22, finding a hole straight away. No problems at all for Jacques Toury, the new cat. Nice little run early on to get him into the play. Taken up by Kutsia. Kuhn pushes it wide. Little chip through from Devet Barry. Now a little chip and chase, this time from Ibarra. We can already see the biggest problem that the Uruguayans are going to have is actually getting any possession to play with. But a little nudge forward, and what's Paddy O'Brien going to give? He's called for the scrum, but that first nudge forward was in fact by the Uruguayans, so it's still going to be a South African put-in.
Making it worse for the Uruguayans, John. They've had the ball twice and kicked it back to South Africa twice.
Well, a lot of their experience in that front row, Rodrigo Sanchez, Diego Lamalas and Pablo Lemoyne. Very experienced props. And there's not that much difference in weight between the packs. The Uruguayans about 108 kilograms a man, South Africans 111. And certainly the strength of this Uruguayan side is very, very much in the forwards. Number 5, the big second row, Juan Carlos Bardo. He plays at Bergla, Bordeaux. Lemoyne's at Stade Francais. And number 8, Rodrigo Capo, is at Castro. So they've got good experience of top-class French rugby. And there's a couple of semi-professionals in Italy as well. Nicola Brignoni, the blindside flanker, plays at L'Aquila.
Can't stand up. Please don't stand up.
And Kuhn pushes South Africa down midway into the Uruguayan half.
And O'Brien just telling Lemoyne he must stay down in the scrum. That's what the penalty was for.
Good lead from Victor Matfield again. You feel that the Uruguayan captain Diego Aguirre is going to have to do a lot of tackling in the centre. It's the little pop-up pass from Fanica, figuring large, and again it's from the Westhazen, I think, again. Everything opened up. Again, the man who made the first big dent was Fanica, and again the man who finished it off, Just van der Westhazen.
I think Gareth Edwards could score a few tries, and I saw this guy play. Just never stops. One sniff of that try line. Great support play from him.
It's Willemse making the second charge. He's been such a find this season. The right wing looked very, very good in the Tri-Nations when South Africa weren't going very well, and it's not often that wings look good in those situations. This time, Kuhn's on target. South Africa 12, Uruguay 0. And certainly, as Steve Smith, you were saying earlier, one thing they don't want to do is kick it back, but when they get it, they need to just try and hold on to it, don't they?
Absolutely. South Africa will be merciless. Tell the intent. A couple of minutes ago, when they ran the ball out from just 10 metres from their own line, so they're going to run everything at Uruguay.
Diego Lamelas with the throw, plays for the alumni club in Buenos Aires. A couple of them play their rugby in the first division in Argentina. Now they've got more. That's the captain, Diego Aguirre, loses it though on the tackle, coughs it up, and away comes South Africa again. Then a Grief. Back it goes, the advantage is over, so a break for Uruguay. They've got the ball again. Nice quick hand. Sanchez holds on to it wisely. Flicked wide. Bit of continuity there now. That was the big second row, the flank of Brignoni carrying it up. Oh, and a penalty this time. Hands in the ruck from South Africa. Now, Aguirre has a good boot on him, but I wonder whether he fancies his chances from what must be all of about 53 metres. The defender there, Richard Bands, the man who scored that sensational goal against New Zealand from 45 metres. There he is. You don't often find a prop wanting to go that far. And what is Diego Aguirre going to do? He's going to go for touch. Left footer.
Uruguay's best bit of play, John. That's how they want to play it. Keep the ball in the hand. Have a go at the South Africans.
So here they are with the line out just outside the South African 22. Lamelas, very, very short for a hooker, 5'7", but he is 15 stone 10. So, see, he's absolutely square. Well, I'm afraid it wasn't straight. A good athletic leap. That's Bado, the man who plays at Castres. And immediately, Paddy O'Brien calls out.
None of it from you, and none of it from you.
Well, it's
okay,
Pablo Lemoyne.
Thank you.
quick shake hands with Downey Coetzee, because this match became quite rough when they played each other in the 1999 World Cup. I mean, it ended up with South Africa losing Brendan Venter.
I need you closer. No, stand. Stand up.
And it was only a 39-3 victory. Well, we're 12-0 already and not 10 minutes gone.
Engage.
Big push, but very quickly picked up by Smith, the number 8. Good touch. South Africa have actually got this absolutely massive back row, Steve. Van Niekerk is the smallest at 6'4". Then you've got the new camp, Rousseau, who's 6'6", and Joan Smith, who's 6'5".
He left in the line-up. You're right about the scrummaging though, John. Last scrum, Uruguay, they really put the squeeze on there.
Well, it's a bit of a shambles at the back, and it drops South Africa's way, driving away again from Niekerk. Good tackling that time at the centre. They were taking no dummies.
Roll away. Stay here.
Chipped through by Van der Westhuizen. Oh, and on the bounce, he just gets there. That was Emiliano Ibarra. Once again, Willemse providing the pressure.
He was there too. Willemse right on the ball.
He also scored a terrific try against the All Blacks there in his first season debut against Scotland in the pre-Tri Nations Internationals. Very quickly pulled down before the ball could develop, and the referee allows it because it was that quick. Kuhn goes for the wide kick, thundering up on it as Tinas Delport couldn't gather it. Well done, you've got to say, to the little fullback. It's only his 6th cap, Pastore.
Please just confirm to me. I think
He saw him off.
I need to know that 22 are five for the scrum. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, that was just knocked back by the fullback. It was certainly in touch in goal. Now, is he accusing him perhaps of deliberately knocking the ball out of play?
Well, he asked the video ref, John, heard him. He said, I want to know whether it's a 22 or a 5-metre scrum, so I couldn't really work that one out. Still, he went over the line, didn't it?
Absolutely no question at all.
You can drop that blue ball.
Well, it is a dropout blue ball. Well, that's a very strange one. Just a lapse of concentration by the referee. And when you think that, in fact, the video judges are only meant to come in to settle disputes about tries, that's a very odd one. But Uruguay then making a mess of it. Now they're in trouble again. South Africa piling on the pressure in the 22. The ball was out, says the referees. It hasn't got a problem with that. South Africa still have it though. Kuhn back inside. He was looking for Safaka. The man who got a foot to it was Lemoyne, I think. Good spirit from the Uruguayans. This is what they want to do. They want to rough things up, and getting carried away there on the floor. Quickly taken by Van der Westhuizen. Penalised, in fact.
No advantage, green scrum. That'll do.
Well, a little knock on it never actually went anywhere near 10 metres in any case. He could have done it. And you can see what the Uruguayans want, Steve, is to get involved in a good old rough and tumble here, don't they?
They like it, don't they? They like the scrums. They like the close encounters. They're going to need to do a lot of tackling.
In goes the hit. I'm actually surprised that these Rugby World Cup referees are allowing them to hit like that from that distance, Steve. I thought they'd be very cautious in the early stages in particular. And you can see there that Rodrigo Sanchez, because they came in from fully a metre apart, actually just getting it slightly wrong and immediately has shoulder problems.
That's the days of the 5-metre charge into each other, well over, John, aren't they? Nowadays it's a crouch engage, going gently. It's a good old thump, that one.
Paddy O'Brien talking to Pablo Lemoyne. Lemoyne's English pretty good, of course, because he had 3 seasons at Bristol Shoguns. Was with them when they won promotion into the Premiership, and left before the start of last season, in fact, to go to Stade Francais. Much tidier scrum. Cooey. Again, the big hole through the middle. Vivette Barry able to exploit it. Trying to get the pressure on. And it's a turnover. Uruguay have it. Well, that's not what they wanted. The kick from the younger Aguirre brother. A mark. Werner Kreis. Came off the outside of the boot.
I feel as though Uruguay just come into this game again now. The 2 early tries they gave away, thought it would be a landslide. I thought Scott Hastings' prediction of over 140 points was going to come true, but Uruguay looking far better now.
The problem seems to be in midfield defence. If they can get into a good old-fashioned forward battle, they look as if they can hold their own for a while at least. Well, the throw going astray. They've got line-out problems as well, but with that massive line-out, who's surprised? They've also got huge problems in bringing down Joe Vendika. Timmins Delport. Van de Westhuizen. That's the Vivette Barry. A little flick, no advantage. It was a knock forward, scrum down to Uruguay.
So back on from South Africa, but it was a tremendous break by Van Niekerk. He's having a great game. He's everywhere. 2 or 3 of them getting down in the end. Great yardage made. Wasted opportunity.
South Africa are penalised that time for not pushing straight. Sanchez looks fully recovered from that shoulder bang. Well, the kick again is a bit desperate. And that's not really what they want. That was little Cafera, the scrum half. Back goes Sebastian Aguirre. Better kick, but it will be a South African throw, and they've only taken play back up to halfway. Quickly taken. South Africa losing no chance at all. A little kick put in by Delport, and it's now a Uruguayan ball. Got a line out inside their own 22, and they're nowhere near as secure on their own throw.
Naivety from Uruguay. And a good scrum. A couple of nice charges, set up a couple of mauls, and they're kicking away.
So essential now that Diego Lamelas finds his man. Well, he certainly can't afford to go in the other back. Good jump, I think it was Vado. The short chant ball. Brignoni taking it in, and they're getting the drive on. Lamelas peels off. Little square man, he can drive though. Oh, and there was a foot in touch. The crowd don't like it, but Peter Marshall, the Australian touch judge, says there was a foot in touch and they surrendered possession.
Well, that's the way to play it, isn't it? They've got some big lads in there, especially the front row. They can just keep it close and drive at South Africa. That's their best hope.
I think their bench actually gives you a clue, Steve. On the bench, they've got a replacement hooker, 2 props, a flanker and a number 8, and they've only got 2 replacement backs. Teros coming in, straight through the middle. Goes to Det Barry. The last pass, is it going to go to hand? It is, and Nika scores.
Was made and finished by the back row. Terrific support. For Nika, having a tremendous game. The break through the middle, this is what Uruguay really can't afford to do. They must make those tackles or they're either in big trouble. Taken on by Rosso. Inside to his fellow back rower. Who can clean spot to him. It's been a fantastic night so far.
For Nico, the man who was taken straight from the under-21 side into the senior side without even playing a provincial game. So South Africa 19, Uruguay 0, 3 tries so far, 2 conversions to Louis Cohen. Marcelo Gutierrez looking pensive. The man with the brought out is Sebastian Aguirre. Knock on the second time, the first touch went backwards.
Nice solid scrum from Uruguay. They've shown they're capable of doing that. Keep the ball in hand. And keep down in the South African 22. It's the only chance they've got.
That's good, picked up by Capo from the number 8 position. And I think that was a ruck. Yeah, he didn't get his hands onto it quickly enough. Good call by the referee. That's one that I think some of the non-regular rugby followers might find a difficult one. If he can get a hand in there before there's an engagement by 2 players from one side and 1 from the other, the ruck is not formed and he's perfectly entitled to pick the ball up after the tackle. But the moment, as you can see there, you've got a situation, everybody's on. In fact, it was touch and go. But the referee ruling that a ruck had formed, and once a ruck had formed in that sort of situation, you cannot put your hands on the ball.
The explanation, John, was perfect.
Diego Aguirre then with a chance to post some points for Uruguay. Captain, 29-year-old. Smack on target, and the cheers are bigger than for anything we've seen so far in the match. Crowd love it. Uruguay have points on the board. It's South Africa 19, Uruguay 3.
Yeah, they deserve that. Just as I said, good scrum, good pick up from the back, got the penalty, and Uruguay on the board. Well done to them.
Quickly by Capo to take that one. He looks a very good player, Capo. Well, he plays his rugby in Castres, and the important thing is he got down there at an early age. He's only 22 now. Aguirre going through the middle. Crowd thought that was a high tackle, and a penalty against South Africa. And I think Kuhn is being called out, and Paddy O'Brien wants to talk to the captain, Joost van der Westhuizen, as well.
Second penalty now at the tackle phase. No more, we're going yellow. Yes, please.
That's good refereeing, John. What he's saying is, twice South Africa have killed it. Next time there'll be a yellow card. They've got to referee, break down very strictly. Paddy O'Brien's going to do that. Next time it'll be a yellow card.
And Diego Aguirre, a lot of the crowd had that sort of sharp intake of breath that comes when they think there's been a high tackle, and certainly Aguirre seemed to have a few problems there and was getting treatment for it.
A point as well, it was a bit high. And then O'Brien spoiled for choice.
Sebastian Aguirre, also a left footer, taking the kick to touch, and because it was a penalty kick and not a free kick, the line out throw goes to the side that kicked it into touch. Another good take this time. It was Alzueta. Good drive from the Uruguayan player, and they're playing advantage. Paddy O'Brien has penalised the South Africans already, but a chance for the Uruguayans to capitalise first. Back it comes. Driving through his capo. He's going back and says there's no advantage. The man penalised was Victor Matfield for coming in from the side.
I'll tell you what, John, the ease with which Uruguay are driving back South Africa must be good watching for Clive Woodman, the England team, I would think, because 2 or 3 times they've put the drive on and gone back 10-15 metres.
And Diego Aguirre doesn't even think twice, he's going for goal. Very sharp bit of refereeing there by Paddy O'Brien, was making him take the ball out to the 5-metre line as he tried to steal just a metre or two to make the angle easier. Well, this should be his favoured side. Pulling the ball in. Oh, and he's drilled it again. That's a terrific kick. He's got a boot on him, that's for sure.
The crowd love it, don't they? And cheering the underdog. They've done well, they deserved it. Scrummaging well. Driving through the mauls well. Well worth 6 points.
19-6, South Africa lead. This is what they got to tidy up. Brignoni under it. Makes a mess of it. It's not forward, says Paddy O'Brien. Thought that was a bit harsh. Maybe it just nudged forward the second time, but it's scrummed down. And South Africa's put in.
You can see there, John, Uruguay. Plenty of ball.
A little reverse feed, the chip through, and there's a big hole there. Who's going to get there first? 22. Paddy O'Brien doesn't go to the video referee this time, makes the decision himself.
Quite right, he's right on the spot, Paddy O'Brien. He can get a better view than anybody.
Martinez Del Tort, the South African winger, still down behind the Uruguayan line. But play continuing because he's not affecting it. Van de Westgate. Further faith. Up goes the high one. Kick to touch again. A few boos from the crowd. They thought Pastore might have been tackled late, but I think that was fair enough.
Good game, Paddy O'Brien. John calling most things right.
The feed straight back to Kutsia sets the line moving. Yvette Barry tries the dummy and gets a swarm of Uruguayans for his trouble. The chip through by Kuhn, very well read by Pastore, but his kicking's not so clever. Got to it nicely, but couldn't clear. Now the South Africans have it again. Big drive that time from Smith. Kuhn spins it wide, Matfield back inside to Sefaka. And South Africa showing some patience in the build-up here. In comes Priest. Oh, and there's the little flick wide, and over goes number 4, back is Botha.
Have to come. That's where South Africa are going to be so strong, they're so athletic. They start making big gaps, big inroads into the Uruguayan defence. Eventually the tries have just got to come. Went through several phases, made some big yards, forwards getting involved, backs involved. Just comes off the side, and both the lunges over.
There he goes. Controversial that Botha's playing at all for some people because he was sent off, given an 8-week suspension. But it was from the time of the sending off during the Tri-Nations, and everybody knew he wasn't going to be playing any provincial rugby back in South Africa. So effectively, he only served a 1-match ban. Kuhn, who was going through a golden kicking streak earlier in the summer, but he's rather lost it. At the end of the Tri-Nations, he was missing a few, and he's continued in that vein. South Africa 24, Uruguay 6.
He couldn't miss at one stage, could he? Win over Australia. He really was on fire then.
And for South Africa, a very good job earlier in the summer, because it was a kick from him that actually secured the 26-25 victory in the last moments against Argentina. Oh, and popped up on the contact. Well, advantage over, says the referee. The little man, Martin Mindaro, taking it forward. Sets it up well. That is Ibarra. Well, the referee happy that the South African player on that occasion came through from behind the hindmost foot. It was just very loose binding by the Uruguayans that allowed that to happen. Little nudge forward there by Sanchez. And it's going to be a stronger South Africa.
Build up for the big game next week. I'm going to say the England camp will be looking down at the South Africans and thinking any fear at all about how they're trying to play this.
I'm not so sure it's a good barometer really, Steve, because I think they are playing it fast and loose, but I take your point that perhaps what they ought to be doing is making sure they get those tight basics right, because they're going to need them certainly against England.
Absolutely. Game to prepare, you've got to make sure you do it well. That's what England will try and do tomorrow.
Richard Bands in the spot of bother. Now he's certainly a first choice player. They don't want him. He's really in many ways been the find of the season, I think. That terrific try against New Zealand, and has played all 7 games in the lead up to the World Cup, but I think just a bang, he seems absolutely fine.
You don't want to prop as a bad back, is it? Seems to be the area.
Just over half an hour actually gone. That clock you see at your screen is stopped with the injuries, so it should be pretty correct when we get to the 40 minutes. penalty South Africa, Uruguay going over the top. They won't be too concerned about that in that sort of area. Good, going for touch, finds a good one.
South Africa to open it out and use their backs. That's the penalty for diving over. Push down your feet.
Yeah, I don't think that was deliberate. It was one of those where everything collapsed just in front of him. But he can't afford to do that in this area of the field, or he might find himself in the sin bin. Look again, South Africa finding it so easy to get the ball outside. Teros still pulled over in the corner. Just fast movement of the ball. And bringing the ball back into the line, it was too easy, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, that's what we really want to see from South Africans. See them get it out wide and see what they can do. They've got plenty of pace outside, we know that. Straightforward miss-out move. Then the full back in. And Del talked for an easy job. Nice try, that.
And again, Kuhn looking as if he was on target for a moment, but actually hitting that one with a bit of slice, hitting it really badly. So, South Africa 29, Uruguay 6. So just 2 conversions out of 5 so far from Kuhn. Good first up tackle, that's important. Make them come at you again. The wraparound from Kuhn and Van der Westhuizen. Uruguay get the turnover. Now they're in a dangerous position. South Africa in there, slowing up the ball desperately. Well, I think Richard Bands is twice offside there. Coming up the side, putting a man in. Uruguay don't care. They've now got the drive on. They've got the forwards there in numbers. Again, it's coming slowly at the wrong moment. So they try and set it up again. The little scrum half Gafera desperately telling his forwards to come round and get in the back so they can maul it again. That one looks more promising. Are they going to go through the middle? They certainly don't fancy their chances, I think, of getting through by taking it out. But Aguirre, the captain, does. Lays it back. A little nudge forward at the vital moment. What a pity they couldn't quite get the ball set as they wanted.
Gafera, he didn't want to touch it, did he? Look at Dean was getting his forwards to come in and set it up. Eventually he did touch it, he knocked it on.
Another stop for injury, and Sanchez in fact has got a cut, so they're asking for a blood replacement. Mr. O'Brien, I think, fed up with the stop-start nature of the game, so he says, no, you can't treat it on here, let's get you off, we'll have a blood replacement on. And the man coming on is the massive Eduardo Berruti, 20 stone 6 of him, 35 years old. So if anybody thought they might have a little respite, they can forget it.
Absolutely. That's what he wanted, didn't it, about 5 minutes ago.
Sanchez is only 15 stone 10. The man who's replaced him, 20 stone 6. Just getting it away beautifully. This is Jacques Farid, the new cap, with a chance to really shine. Go for it, says Willemse, and he needs no urging. And a try for the new cap on his debut. A terrific run it was.
Great moment. Rory, first cap, he put away 60, 70 metres out. To score it, didn't he? Big weaving run. A lot of pace. As soon as he was clear, he was always going to get there. Great moment for him.
And Curran this time goes for the drop kick and succeeds. You've always got the option of taking a drop kick. It's not very often done in 15-a-side, compulsory in sevens. And Sanchez has been patched up and he's back on the field.
Poor old 20-stone props had one scrum, looked up, 70-metre drive and scored and then come off.
Diego Lamelas, a very young son, just a few weeks old. Good jump that time from Alzueta. Now some support in midfield. Indaro taking it up. Well, I'm not so sure it was meant to be a missed pass, but it worked.
A bit of a doubt, shall we? Dodgy, don't we, when they start to try and pass it down the line. Looks like a heavy medicine ball going down the line, doesn't it?
Yes, you don't feel that they've got too much faith in their ability to pierce this back division. South African back division, very quick. And very big. Little knock forward there, spotted by O'Brien, by Gutierrez.
It's about the back row before, John. All over 6 foot. If they miss the 4-jumper, as they've done a couple of times, it's always snapping up at the back, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit more than just over 6 foot, all over 6'4". Oh, a little knock forward again by South Africa. There are a lot of mistakes out there in the backs. They've got to cut them out, that's for sure. Delport, the offender there, just taking his eye off the ball, you felt.
Not one try, he scored from the line out. Good handling, the backs have been a bit ropey.
Delport, he played for Gloucester last season. More a fullback than a winger. And a penalty. And that was Lawrence Safaka being penalised for not binding properly. Or was it Kurt Sia? No, it was number 1, it was Safaka.
That South African front row. It's been in trouble all this first half, John. I really do. I think the Uruguayans have out-scrummaged them.
That's Diego Aguirre. You know you're talking about one of the lesser nations, one of the minnows these days, when you look at your notes and you see down that he's got an occupation other than professional rugby player. A graphic designer. Took over the captaincy after the last World Cup from the present coach, Diego Ormachia, who had this amazing career for Uruguay, played international rugby for them for 22 years, until he was 40. Lines it up. Left-footed, he's got the length, that's for sure. But he pushed that one wide of the left post. That hasn't been touched down, and running it out beautifully was Willemse. Kicked directly into touch from outside the 22, so it's, well, it would have been a line out, not a line out though, because Paddy O'Brien blows for half-time. It's South Africa 36, Uruguay 6. We'll take a break there, but join us again in a couple of minutes when Scott Hastings and Francois Pienaar will discuss the action in the first half.